I am Chuck Medeiros. This is my son, Charlie Medeiros, my son-in-law, Bradfield Evans. We make up CK Cattle in Hope Hull, Alabama. We are Alabama's 2026 Farm of Distinction. I actually had a CM brand that I made, C. Medeiros, which is kind of the standard thing most people do with their initials. But I went to register the brand, and it was just no way I could get the CM brand. So I had to get creative, and of course me and Katie's initials, and our kids, Charlie and Kathleen, both had the initials, so we came up with the CK.
That was in the 80s. 4 decades later, all 4 Medeiroses, plus Kathleen's husband, Bradfield Evans, together steward 3,000 contiguous acres of fertile land in Hope Hull.
We're a diverse group within our family. Everybody has a skill set. Everybody's really good at certain things. And fortunately for us, those things don't overlap on everything.
That's important for a farm as diverse and distinct as CK Cattle, where Angus, Key Angus, and Sim Angus cattle roam lush, wide-open Lowndes County land.
The registered Angus is our biggest part of our program. We're kind of unique. We raise a breed, the Key Angus, which there's not very many people do, and we have found that the Chianina cattle have some similarities to the Bremer cattle in heat resistance, and has been a real asset to us. And then we've added Sim Angus to the herd because it's just this very marketable breed.
We try to take every single hoof and put added value on it, whether that be through the seed stock arena, selling bulls, or bred females, through the fat cattle channel with our beef business.
Reliance on the Golden Rule has paid dividends, with repeat customers turning to CK again and again and again for quality bulls, heifers, freezer beef, and more.
The beauty of the cattle business is it's so diverse. Unlike other commodities, you're not just selling to an elevator or a gin. It's a people business. It's all a relationship game, and your ability to succeed is only as good as your ability to market.
Marketing materials are developed on farm too. Kathleen takes special care designing stellar catalogs for the farm's production sales, streamlining the process and retaining dollars formerly spent on commission. She also coordinates sale of 60 head annually through their freezer beef business. Another area of expansion came through an unexpected source.
We were looking to buy a head gate for ourselves, and there wasn't a local dealer that carried what I want, and kind of became a dealer to supply what we were looking for ourselves, and it kind of has grown from there.
CK also sells square hay for local customers. The family additionally puts up around 1,000 round bales annually through just one cutting, a number that's gradually declined as reliance on silage and naturally reseeding ryegrass has grown.
We take that ryegrass, instead of doing baleage or early hay cutting, we'd go and graze our cows on it, and those seed heads would still be there and standing, and what would typically be our second cutting of hay in previous years was our first cutting, and it would have that ryegrass seed in there. Then instead of getting a third or fourth cutting, after that cutting of hay, we'd let that hayfield come back, and we'd turn weaned calves in on it or heifers.
We haven't done any research to see whether or not we have less of a stand, but you can tell by looking around at the grass, it works.
The Medeiroses keep efficient stewardship top of mind. Cattle drink solely from well water thanks to wise use of EQIP cost shares. They implement rotational grazing when possible, and they've separated pasture with long-lasting, high-tensile electric fence.
I think it's really unique in that we have 3,000 acres, including the rental land, and we have a road system that connects it all. Every cow on the 3,000 acres we can bring to one working facility. I've encouraged more people to look into doing that because it's one thing having a pasture road that you drive through that you're driving 5 or 10, 15 miles an hour, but another thing when you got a road you can drive 30 miles an hour, it just makes everything so much easier.
It's safer for their grandchildren too. The 5 youngsters are learning life lessons and remind Chuck and Katie of great promise for the future.
When the kids get 4 years old, the safest place for them to be on our operation is on the back of a horse. I don't think we have anything on this operation that one of us adults couldn't take 2 kids and do as far as moving cattle and handling.
You can't have CK, however, without the original K, Chuck's wife, Katie.
She's our Temple Grandin of our deal. She's has a certain way that she wants cattle to be handled. She still gets in the back, likes to bring the cattle up to the chute.
Through it all, Chuck has been there by her side, shepherding their family.
He was just a guy that always had a notepad and a pencil, you know, trying to figure out the best way to do something with a lot of character.
Character, cattle, faith in their creator. That is CK Cattle.
We all worked hard, but it's really God's hand that allowed us to do. I mean, you could not, what happened here in this operation, you could not plan it.